Welcome to Classic Car Cave. So we're going to crack on with this Mk3 Mini. It's a 1970 shell. It was registered in Salzburg in Austria. So as you can see, it's got a complete new lower door part on, new inner wing. So what we're going to do is do the two inner wings first, and then we're going to do this roof section here, as you can see. So we'll put a new roof on it. Right. There we go, get it in place. And what we're going to do, obviously this came off a roof with a glass panel roof on it, and instead of cutting this across, it might sound strange, but we're going to cut it, we can actually weld it in there. Well, one thing, it will stress relieve this corner, will stress relieve the straight line, and it'll be easier to weld in, and then we can just, you won't see it because when it's all completely finished, this it'll be lead loaded. The other issue is because some dipstick decided to cut the front out to put on another Mini, a later Mini, you can see there that the front's all bent. You can see there inside that the front's all bent down. That also was created when we sandblasted it, wasn't it? Yeah. We had the car completely sandblasted, and obviously when he put because there was no support in the middle here, obviously it was pushed down even more than it is now. So to cover that, we'll get rid of it. And it was already cut here, as you can see, and there, but we decided to go, so we'll treat all this in here before we put it on. So it'll be door steps, inner wings, this top, and the scuttle would do, we've got a brand new scuttle over there. Basically all the panels that are going on, this is complete new front end, so two inner wings, new landing panel, new outer wings, new bonnet, both doors, flitch panels. The doors are going to be reskinned. This is going to have a brand new quarter panel on it. Once again, unfortunately somebody cut a perfectly good quarter panel, and they've actually cut it off here from the lip, so that needs to be extended. You can see that distance there. So we'll put a little bit onto that lip and put a complete new quarter panel on that. And then on the back, it's going to have a rear valance and a complete new rebuild back panel, which is common to Minis. So that'll be a brand new one comes in there. Complete new floor, tunnel, heel board, and a brand new toe board as well. So there won't be an awful lot left of the original car. Probably sort of 50% of it, I would say. Yeah, probably 50, wasn't it, at the time? So Amir's been working on this. I've been with my friends this week, or the last 2 weeks, but we cut the floor out the other day, as you saw, and yeah, Amir's ended up rebuilding this because we couldn't find a solid piece of pipe, and it's quite heavy. So, but like I said before, if you're going to do this, if you're going to do a floor, or you're going to take out major items from a Mini, make absolutely sure you've got a steel bar or something strong going through. Even a scaffolding tube would do it, although they do have bend side load in them. They have more tensile strength than they do load, side load. But this is really thick, this bar. You can see it's got a big wall thickness, and we've used this for many, well, we've used it about 3 or 4 Minis I would think we've done, haven't we? 4 or 5? I can't remember how many Minis we've done with it, but we've always used it. And it's a very simple thing. It's just cut out a little square on the back, you leave the flap on, when it's finished you push it back up, weld it back in, job's done. So there we are. So I hope you're watching and you get a few more subscribers, because unfortunately the views are not very good. Maybe the videos I'm doing are too boring, but hopefully if we concentrate on just the Mini. So what I'll do is, instead of doing you a show around other bits, we'll do the Mini, and then the Citroen separate, and whatever, the XK separate. Maybe that way people might view it better, because the one I did on the museum at Wiener Neustadt was really terrible. I think it was 180 views in about 6 or 8 days, and I've kind of always said if I get less than 200 I'll stop doing YouTube. I won't bother, because it's just not worth it. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. So we'll show you how it looks So we'll cut it off now and then tomorrow we'll crack on. Back on the Mini, you can see the new inner arch there. What we'll do now is we'll take that support off there and pop it on this side to these two front ones and start on this side. Now these are only just tacked on there, and the reason they're only tacked is because obviously we didn't want them falling off. They could actually go up and down. The whole point is to take them off once the floor is in. So we'll get all the front end done, and you can see here this usual suspect inner wing all up here, the usual places where they go, and obviously the box section inside. This has got like a 3-layer on it, so it's there's another plate which is thicker, but they always go here because this is where the front suspension sits, and where the arm is for the suspension. Normally there's a big hole in the back of them, you have to get new ones, but you can see it's been patch after patch, and Amir's got one here which is, where is it?
Yeah.
So it's 4 layers.
1, 2, and plus inside 3.
You see here, here. Yeah, it's really. I don't know why people piss around like this with this stuff. You know, just put a new panel on. It's quicker. It's more substantial. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, you know. So this is all shorn up on this side. See, it's all welded in. So get the other side done, then it's supported, and then we'll look at the top. But also he did this this roof here, and the reason it's all cleaned and painted. This purple stuff you can see is actually Bronux. You can see inside, and there's a support to go across. There's the support in the front there, but that's filler. That's pure filler, that, which obviously we'll take off and we'll load it. But he wanted to leave it on to show me how much filler there was in it. So we've got all the bits here. So we'll crack on with this and see how we go. Again, there you can see, look, patch. That's a patch. That's not a genuine piece. That's a patch. There's another patch. Another patch. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I know that everybody doesn't have the facilities, but at least cut it all out in one piece. So he's going to take that bar off now, and we'll stick it on this side, and we can crack on with it. Fortunately, all this side, this quarter panel's really in good nick. It's right the way down, fortunately, and the back's quite good. Considering it's a 70, it's in a lot better shape than some of the Minis we've done. We've done ones that are 80s. I think we've even done 89 or 91 or something like that. No, 89s or 87s, whatever. And they're really, especially the SPI Mini, single point injection, the red one we did, that was really a fucking mess. The rust was terrible on it. Okay, the floor was bad on this one, and bits were cut off that we had to replace. But this shell is in far better condition than the later ones. They're obviously made better, or the steel was better, or whatever. And you can see there's no issues at all around the back here. So, as I say, he's going to cut this off and move it across. So they're just tucked in, they're not, we'll find some bolts now to go through this one, and it'll sit in the same kind of situation. So Mir's working now, that bottom toe board, that's coming over, so that bottom piece there, well there's a flange inside it, that'll all be coming out. But he wants to keep the flange, even though we're taking it off, because obviously we want to make sure it fits to the inner wing and everything. And this flange here that he's opened up, and you can see we've propped it all up, so we'll get that all lined up. Because that toe board is quite expensive because it comes with that bit there for the steering rack. You see that block piece, and yeah, I had to make sure it was for a Mk3. What was the difference? Was it? Oh, it was the floor, wasn't it? The floor had to have a different gear. It has to have the hole for the Mk2 for the non extension for the gearbox. So you know, the Magic 1 style one that came completely out. They were awful. And that was the difference with the Mk3, because this came in between Mk 1, Mk 2, which had outside door hinges. These are internal hinges, and but the floor was like a Mk 2, Mk 1, Mk 2. Anyway, coming on, and you can see where we're gonna cut it. What we'll do is we'll cut this just inside. And then we'll use the clips to bring it all up in line, get it absolutely perfect. So we might cut that a little bit shy and then clean it, see how it goes, because this is quite badly bent, this piece. Anyway, coming on.